Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Black Enterprises Inside the Studio. I'm your host, Jeroslyn Jovan. Today, we're going inside The Chi Season 6, Part 2, with a legendary actor who lends his on-screen talent to portray the role of Alonzo, a charming, street-savvy attorney who works with Lynn Whitfield's character, Alicia. This legend takes us behind his current role on Lena Waithe's celebrated drama series while recalling his iconic career spanning over 30 years with lead roles in films like The Temptations, The Five Heartbeats, Cool Runnings, and many more. Join me in giving a warm welcome to renowned actor and singer known by just one name, Leon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Honored, blessed. You're a legend.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yes, yes. So The Chi Season 6, Part 2, it recently premiered on Paramount Plus with the Showtime plan, and viewers are getting to see you take on the role of Alonzo,
Hmm.
a charming, street-savvy attorney with old ties to Alicia, played by the Lynn Whitfield.
Yes,
So
indeed.
tell us about your role and what Alonzo brings to the show this season.
Alonzo is an attorney. He's the type of attorney that a lot of big time gangsters like. Um, he can he can get you off and get you less than what you should be getting. He also has a lot of ties to people in the show, which you'd have to find out by watching the show. And yes, I do have ties to Alicia, which is played by Lynn Whitfield. It was a joy to work with Lynn. I think Lynn is a top-notch actress, and so whenever I get a chance to get in the ring with
Yeah.
top-notch people, um, it's always a lot of fun for both of us. So
Yeah. So you're on a star-studded lineup. I mean, we already, we were familiar with the main cast, Jacob Lattimore. Um, but this season, there's other guests. So you, Lynn Whitfield, Kadeem Hardison, Jason Weaver, he's been on the show. So many more. But what is it like? What's the vibe like on set when you are with, your peers in Black Hollywood?
well, it's always great. I think anytime I see my peers, especially my peers of my color, working on a top-notch show with, great production and it's
Yeah.
out there and people are seeing it and we're able to do good work, I'm always happy. Um,
Mhm.
Even if I'm not on the show, if I was seeing that, I'm seeing my people doing good work and having success. It's something that I enjoy. And of course, I love being a part of it. So yeah, it's just fun all the way around.
Yeah. And you are, like I said, a legend, a veteran in the game. And with the Chi, there's a lot of rising talent on the cast. Did you get a chance to offer any advice or mentorship to the young actors on the Chi?
It's very funny, that question you asked, because I feel like I have done that, but not intentionally. What happens is that, brother will come up to me and start talking to me about, some role I did or some iconic
Mhm.
work that he loved. And the next thing you know, I'm telling them stories. And then the
Yeah.
next thing you know, I'm talking about the business. And it's not really intentional, but it just comes out in conversation. It comes out through their questions and things they want to know. Um, and yeah, and I love sharing stories with you know, my young thespians that are coming up. I
Yeah.
always appreciated when actors that were older than me did that with me. So yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's great, but it's nothing intentional. It just comes out.
I know, because you're a legend. It's just what, it's what it is. So I mean, your skill as an actor, it's been celebrated for over 30 years. The best part about it for me is that we still get to enjoy what you're doing today. Like you're still here with us, so we can give you your flowers to your face. But what goes into your preparation for a role? Because it's clear that it's just like what you bring is just, it's something different. at each time, but it's a lot. It just seems like there's a lot of passion in everything that you do. So what are you taking with you as you prepare?
Well, for one, like the first day I acted till now, I mean, I take it seriously. And my job as an actor is to breathe life into a writer's words and his characters. And so I take that character seriously. I mean, to me, it's always about the story. And then it's what part do I play in the story? And bringing that character to life in a way that is memorable helps move the story along, helps
Yeah.
people want to gravitate to what's going on in the story, whether it's with me or anything else connected to my character. So, my preparation for it is always the same. I gather as much information as I possibly can. Sometimes preparation is a lot different depending on the amount of time I might have or the genre in which I'm performing in, especially if it's film versus episodic television. Um, is there rehearsal? Is there rehearsal time? You know, and then also, am I playing someone who's fictional, or am I playing someone who actually walked and talked on this earth?
Right.
Of course, when I play someone who actually walked and talked on this earth, my research is a lot more intense and a lot different because it just has to be, because now you don't have just a writer whose character you're bringing to life. You have people who actually knew this person because he walked and talked on this earth. And it's important for you to capture their essence.
Yes, yes. And I mean, even speaking of that, and one of the most interesting things I've learned about your career was your iconic line in The Temptations, "Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis." And it just, always gets recreated. But from what I saw one of your interviews, you said it was like you didn't have to say that, but you did. It was improv, and it
Right.
kind of pulled more emotion out of your co-star. But I look at that really as like a testament to just your amazing talent. And, looking back at like, how do you feel about that iconic scene, how it's resonated to this day with so many different audiences and even, all the praise and celebration that you receive for, like you said, like we said, roles for like David Ruffin, Little Richard. Um, I mean, the five heartbeats, which is like my favorite. It wasn't so it was more fictional, but it was still kind of based around the realness of being in the music industry at that time. How do you feel about just how people celebrate your work?
I'm flattered and I'm humbled, to be honest with you. You know, the one thing I always wanted to do more than anything else was do memorable work. I want to do work that lasted past my time on this earth and
Mhm.
past my career. And, you know, I've been lucky enough to, seems like, to do that. I have movies that people celebrating like they were made yesterday. They were made a couple of decades ago. And, reciting my lines back to me and even to the real person that I said it to, you know, it's just, it's beyond. And I mean, when I say people, I mean people from all walks of life, the person on the street to, an A-list celebrity, or the coach of a NBA championship team, and they'll see me and say the same thing. You know, it's you never expect it to take off like that because that's not what I'm doing. I'm just
Yeah.
acting. I'm playing a character, and so when I said that line, it was strictly in character as David Ruffin. I wasn't really trying to do anything memorable. It was like that's what I meant when I said it.
Yeah. It was really interesting to see because I recently saw the documentary for the Five Heartbeats. It was so good. It was so inspiring just to see all the hard work that you all put into that film, and even like Robert Townsend with his passion with just making the film and amplifying Black talent at a time when a lot of the stuff was just stereotypical portrayals of the Black community, and then just even seeing the impact. I mean, that's I was a part of that impact because it's like we grew up. It's like how do you didn't see the Five Heartbeats? But I
Mhm.
didn't know even kind of what transpired at the time when the film released and how it wasn't well received until it went to VHS. So just seeing like the continued dedication, but then the full circle moment where you were able to play in the Temptations as David Ruffin, um, being a part of both of those films. But then also we have like Cool Runnings and just overall your trajectory in films that had such an impact in the Black community. Seeing where we are now in Black Hollywood and even just in general in our community and with resilience. How do you feel to be a part of that confidence, just that natural Black excellence that we've tapped into to take us where we are today?
Well, like I said earlier, I feel blessed, I feel humbled, I mean, when you're in acting school and you're training to be an actor and you're working on your craft, you're hoping to play some roles that people see and that, I never thought, looked ahead and said, oh, I want to be this or remember this or this. I hope I may do this and people see this. I like none of that ever entered into my consciousness. What wanted to do is I wanted to be a good actor. And I thought everything would fall in place after that. But you never know what avenue your career is going to take. You never know what role you're going to play. You never know how a movie is going to resonate with people.
Yeah.
No different than a song. You can sit there and make a song in the studio, and there's not a person in the studio that doesn't make this thing as popping. And
Right.
it's out there, and it just doesn't resonate with people.
Yeah.
So it's such a crapshoot, and that's why you have to feel um, honored and blessed when things go your way. And for me at this point in my career, people talk about giving me my flowers all the time and honoring me, and I appreciate it, because if I didn't appreciate it, if I didn't feel honored, I would just feel as though I'm getting old. And that's why it honored me. So I prefer the former.
Yes, yes. And it's keeping you looking young, keeping you looking young. And so you also share your art beyond film and television and music with your band, Leon and the Peoples. You continue to entertain audience with just, expressing yourself through art. Are there driving factors that go into what inspires you to take on certain projects within music, even in television, in film and television? But what drives you? Like, okay, we're going to record this record. I'm gonna do this kind of movie this time. I'm gonna do this, take on this role.
When it comes to movies, I'm story driven because I'm a storyteller at heart. And as an actor, I play a part in a story. And so it's about the story. Do I think this is something I think people want to watch? They want to hear. Is something I'm attracted to? And then what is my role in the story? Can you tell the story without my character? Because if you can, I probably don't want to do it. And with music, it's the same thing. You know, do, do, is this something people want to hear? Is this going to resonate with people? We have a song off our last album called "Sometimes I Wish I Was Single," and it's like one of our most popular songs. It's, but it was a concept song because I thought that everybody, okay, how great a relationship you're in, at some point, even if it's just for an hour out of the day, or every other day, or once a year, you wish you were single. And it's not about it's not even about being with the person that you love. It's just about being free to do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it, with no responsibilities, no one tugging at you. And and so, you put that out there hoping that it's going to resonate with people because it's a thought that they have,
Right.
and so, but then again, you never know.
Right.
You never know. It's like, people are fickle. So,
Yeah. Is there a different sense of accomplishment you get out of performing with your band compared to acting or producing a TV or movie project?
well, definitely performing with my band over movies and television because of the immediate impact. You have an audience there. You're live. I would compare more to acting on stage um, because it's that immediate thing. I mean, acting on stage is the mother of acting. That's how I learned to act. Um, and the beauty of it is that's the only time that you can tell an audience a story from beginning to end in one swoop. Now, when I do a movie, I may get married on the first day, and the second day I get killed. And then the next 2 months, I'm filling in all the blanks, depending on what location we're shooting at, whatever. It's an entirely different thing. So, and it's also a thing that's very inclusive. It's
Mm-hmm.
inclusive of, the people on the set and the director and you, and then you don't see it till later.
Right.
So it's not a live experience. When I'm performing music, it's a live experience. That's me. These are the songs that I want to sing. These are the songs that I wrote. This is my personality. I'm not reading from a script.
Is there any advice that you have for aspiring artists, across film, music, or television?
Yes. The biggest advice I can give anyone is to give the world you.
Mm,
It's the one thing that you possess that no one else has. It's we have far too many Indians and not enough chiefs in this world. A lot of people following, trying to be like other people. And you have a business that's trying to look for people who are like other people. But I think that when you can offer your unique self, that puts you in a category by yourself. And it allows you to have an identity that's strictly your own. And so that's the one thing I always tell people. I say, be the best you can be, because that's what you have to offer the world.
I love it. And in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, can you share if there's a mantra or affirmation you live by? Even though what you just said was definitely one. But is there another one that you live by?
Yeah, I mean, I live by, a few of them. One, do not stress because it does not help.
Mm-hmm.
And also, um, love and let live.
Yes. You're just a cool soul brother, always, forever. Thank you so much, Leon. The Shy Season 6, Part 2. We're tuned in. It's already a great show. It's very well received. So it's just even going to be even more enjoyable to see you this season.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Thank you. Stay cool.
I will. I'll try my best, if this weather allows me to.